One God, one people, one voice. One God, giver of life, Father of mercy, healer of all infirmities, forgiver of all iniquities, revealer of secrets, demystifier of mysteries, glorious in holiness and fearful in praise. This God is clothed with light as with a garment. His eyes are flames of fire. His voice causes the seas to part. His breath causes the earth to quake. Seated in the circle of the heavens with the earth as footstool, he pulls back the clouds like a curtain to water the hills from his upper chambers. He flung the stars in space and there they stay. Set the time for sunrise and sunset, has never been late or missed a day. This God fashioned every single human with a unique set of fingerprints, numbered every single hair and every single head. I didn't say he counted, I said he numbered. So when you were combing this morning and 221 fell off your head, this God took note. He uses the foolish things to confound the wise and the weak things to astound the strong. He made a donkey speak wisdom to a foolish man. Made a raven the stingiest of birds feed a starving prophet, preserved a man 3 days in the belly of a whale, energized another's legs to run faster than the horse-drawn chariot of a king, revitalized a 100-year-old man and his 90-year-old wife to father a son named Isaac, raised an immigrant slave from prisoner to prime minister in a moment. There is no other God like him. Omnipotent, no other power even comes close. Omniscient, knows your next thought before you think it. Omnipresent, he exists outside of time, yet controls times and seasons. He is the only one who cannot lie, for he's not a man or the son of a man. The only one who never needs to apologize, for he never makes a mistake. The one to whom all must answer, but who answers to no one. The only one who never began and will never end. He just is. I am immortal, invisible, invincible, inimitable, incorruptible, incomparable, incomprehensible, indomitable, indubitable, indescribable, indefatigable God. One God who created one people, one populace, one race, the human race. Like it or not, we all bleed red. And as a global populace, right now we all bleed. Lives are being rapidly and abruptly cut short, regardless of age, gender, status, culture, or color. One pandemic has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are one people. From the weary nurse struggling in an overcrowded hospital, to the worried mother standing in an understocked kitchen, from the suave executive balancing busy companies to the starving orphan wandering bare streets, from the flawless-faced celebrity in a mansion to the wrinkle-ridden non-entity in a mud hut, the newborn, the aged, the intelligent, the ignorant, the sick, the strong, the herbalist, the scientist, we are all fighting. So rather than fight little fires like racism, sexism, ageism, and all the other isms, we must unite in one fight, one global war. The only war that matters is the fight to live. For where there is no life, there is no other fight. And when the last breath of life is drawn from our nostrils, we all return to the dust from whence we came, whether we spent the length of our days housed in a sack of skin that was red, brown, yellow, black, or white. One people who ought to have one voice. One strong symphonic sound around the world to resound from Africa to the Americas, from the seats of power to the sewers of poverty. One voice with one unmistakable message, all for one and one for all. That unified universal voice always says people over profit, compassion over comfort, faith over fear, hope over despair, and above all else, love. Not the love that's self-seeking, easily angered, arrogant, insolent, malicious, envious. No, no. It must be the love that is patient, kind, delights in truth, not evil, always protects, always hopes, always trusts, always perseveres. That love for our Maker, for each other. Because faith may falter, hope may waver, but love never fails, because God is love and love is God. One God, one people, one voice, one battle, one victory. I'm Lady Inspirologos. I'm not a powerful prophet. I'm just a passionate poet. Acutely aware that the season is bad, but absolutely assured that the gospel is still good. See, our good Father said to simply ask and he'd give us nations for our inheritance, the whole earth as our possession. This fight was won long ago, when immortality put on mortality in a sacrifice that seemed like insanity. As divinity died so humanity would live, then defeated death so we'd live eternally. If that's not good news, I don't know what is. Come on, somebody. Look, Jesus the Christ, Son of the living God, Savior of a dying globe, sovereign over everything that draws breath, purchased the victory for us with his pure, precious, powerful blood. But if we must walk in that victory, we cannot afford to forget these three truths. There is one indomitable God, the only living God. We are one indivisible people, the entire human race. And there is one inextinguishable voice, echoing as a thunderous cry or a gentle whisper. It springs forth from the heart of faith, seeing with eyes of hope. It is the voice of love.